What do you think of when you see a Rolex sub? All branding status aside, just looking at purely the watch and the watchmaking. A Rolex Submariner is famous for being the best in its class. For the money, it doesn't just tick all the boxes, it smashes them. The lume, the movement, the fit and finish, and even the bracelet, all of these things are the best in their class. But even if we look at a Rolex Submariner as a value proposition, it's still a luxury product. So I searched for affordable alternatives, and not just lookalikes, not just cheaper lookalikes. A dive watch that ticks all the boxes, but it still has its own character and won't be mistaken for a Rolex sub from across the room. And although there are a lot of options out there, I think I may have found my favorite one. The beginning of Boulder as a brand is kind of an inspiring story. The brand was started in 2016 in Singapore by a group of young watch enthusiasts that wanted to create a hybrid watch that featured a traditional analog dial but with hidden smartphone features like a pedometer. Basically, a smartwatch that didn't look like a smartwatch. So right from the start, this was an ambitious project that gained an incredible amount of online support and even surpassed the Kickstarter goal in less than a day. But unfortunately, a number of unexpected problems started to appear. And eventually, the entire project had to be shut down and the backers had to be paid back with an apology. But instead of just giving up, Leon and his colleagues got back at it and handed us honestly one of the best value proposition, utility-focused tool watches that we could have asked for. So let's talk about this watch. Let's talk about the Odyssey Freediver Meteor 113 and see what exactly we're getting in a dive watch from Boulder. The watch comes in a 40mm brushed, very industrial-looking 316L stainless steel case, with just a touch of polishing along the sharp angular edges. The lug-to-lug measurement is 48mm with the lugs angled downwards that make this case wear quite well. And because the case sides are not just a flat block, but cleverly detailed with changing angles and prominent visual breaks, the 14mm thickness, which includes the flat sapphire crystal with anti-reflective treatment, doesn't seem bulky in the slightest. The watch has a futuristic Tesla Cybertruck type look to it that of course makes it great as a tool watch, but will also look damn cool when worn on a suit. This watch feels like an integrated steel sports watch because of one simple fact, which is that the bracelet is so in line with the overall watch design. You see, typically with most watches under $1,000 and sometimes even over $1,000, the bracelet is a complete letdown. And there are very few exceptions to this case. But that's not the case here. This bracelet is honestly as good as it gets at this price. Screw-pin links, quick release spring bars, and 6 micro adjustment points. If I was to pin this bracelet against the much more expensive Longines Hydro Conquests bracelet, this would win all day, every day. When looking at the dial, you might be thinking, for $700, this cannot be a real meteorite. The dial that has been supposedly extracted from a 4 billion-year-old meteorite, whose name I'm not even gonna try to pronounce. But it is extracted from this meteorite. And that's what makes it so much more fascinating. The fact that no two dials are alike. The fact that the dial fingerprint on your watch is truly unique. It's monochromatic, except for the orange tip on the seconds hand, which gives it a nice sporty touch. You get a lumed handset and fully lumed Arabic numerals with a blue Swiss Superluminova glow that looks incredible. Plus, I love the fact that there isn't lume on the minute track, but just on the numerals, along with the bezel. Because if you're in that dark underwater environment, you'd only want to focus on the elapsed dive time on the bezel against the hours on the dial. The 120-click unidirectional bezel feels solid. There's absolutely no backplay. It has a ceramic insert, meaning that it is highly scratch resistant. Plus, all of the indices and numerals are also lumed. But the one thing that could be improved is the grip. The grip isn't the best. Even though it looks very utilitarian, the fact that the bezel is so thin and has a very smooth touch, turning the bezel will need some getting used to. On the case back, you get polished artwork of a kraken against a bead blasted backdrop. And behind this case back is the automatic Miura 9015 caliber, which is Miura's ultra-thin premium automatic movement, with decent finishing, offering 42 hours of power reserve and an accuracy of -10 plus 30 seconds per day, along with 28,800 vibrations per hour beat frequency that gives you a smooth sweep on the seconds hand. You also get hacking and hand winding, hacking stopping the seconds hand when pulling out the crown for easy time adjustment, along with a quick date set function. Alright, let's break it down. A Meteorite dial, ceramic bezel, 300 meters of water resistance, a very variable unconventional case, and a premium Japanese automatic movement. I mean, honestly, how are these guys making money? Let me know in the comments, what do you think about this dive watch? Also, if you're looking for a new watch, check out Red Army Watches Malaysia. Links in the description down below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.